morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. I am so excited for this video. I'm filming a day early of what the event is actually going to be on, but I was just so excited I just needed to record my thoughts and feelings and reactions, I guess pre-reactions before we actually go where we're going, which will be tomorrow morning. So also it's gonna be early in the morning. I'll have like a groggy voice and I don't like my voice when I wake up in the morning. Like I had to answer a phone call one time from a prospective employer and like he was like, "Oh, sorry to have wakened you." And I was like trying to get rid of that voice. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I was trying to avoid that by filming a day early a little bit as like an intro. So we are heading up to Columbus, Ohio tomorrow morning. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive for a few things. The most important, I don't know, the big thing that I'm doing is heading up to the book loft. Since my Valentine's Day box just came in, I just got a notification about it. I chose to do a store pickup instead of a delivery because I'm like, hey, like a trip up to Columbus isn't that bad. Save on shipping, but then probably spend more on books in store. It's okay, it's fine. But basically it's a blind date with a book themed box where 2 of the books you pick from a list of 10 different blurbs of what sounds interesting to you, and those 2 of those books will go in, and then they'll put 2 other books based off of your preferences, your interest, your genre of interest on like an open-ended response that you give. So it's very customized, very cool, very, very excited about it. So going up there, getting some breakfast after that, and then heading to Prologue Bookshop, which I've never been to before. I think they do a lot of mystery books, but it's a different store in Columbus. So checking that out and seeing what I can pick up there. And then going to Paper Source, which is a stationery store. I've gotten a few of their goods recently because of a secret snowflake we did for work, and I'm obsessed with them now. And that's the closest one to me is in Columbus, Ohio. So why not make it an all-inclusive trip of things that I'm very much interested in. So that'll be the first half of the day. And then I will come home and do an unboxing with the Valentine's Day box from the book loft and tell you what I got. I'm super excited about it. I don't know what to expect really. I'm hoping the books that are in there aren't ones that I already have, but if so, I will gift them to somebody else. I will talk about them still, and I just think it's a really cool idea too. I think it also comes with like a pencil tote or pencil pouch, which, hey, can't go wrong with that, and then some custom stickers. I will add those to my book cart. So I thought I'd get this video kicked off a little bit early. I have some other things to do today, but I will be back with you tomorrow morning on the trip up. I'll already have some coffee and be listening to a few audiobooks. I'm listening to Last Night at the Telegraph Club, and then I also have One of Us is Lying. So plenty to keep me occupied in the car on the way up and back, and then I shall begin this adventure, but I wanted to talk about it now because I'm very, very excited. So I will catch you in the morning. Hey y'all, it is bright and early, not really, it's 10:30 in the morning here in Columbus, Ohio. You saw a little scenery of me driving. I was careful on cruise control and just propped the camera up on different parts of my car so you can see the beautiful highway of 71 north from Cincinnati to Columbus. So yeah, it was about an hour and a half drive. I left around 8:30, got to the book loft first and picked up my Valentine's box. It is in my trunk right now. I am like itching to open it, but I want to do a full unboxing when I get home and not like in my car while I'm sitting here. So yes, so they opened at 10 and Prologue Bookshop and Paper Source don't open till 11. So I had scheduled ahead a breakfast order. So I picked up Catalina's, which is one of my favorite breakfast places in Columbus, and I don't want to pull it out right now. I will eat it in a second. I had talked a little bit about eating on camera in my last video, or no, 2 videos ago in my comfort reads video, and I had some comments of folks that like don't want to eat on camera or like makes them uncomfortable, or if they are eating during a meeting or something, they put their camera on or they turn their camera off and mute, hopefully, so you don't hear like the crunching and like mashing sounds of their mouth. So yes, I will eat once I'm done giving this little update, since like I said, it's 10:30, I have about a half hour until the stores open. I am parked on the side of the road right now with my breakfast because the Catalinas itself is a really small dining area, so I didn't want to like take up space just for myself. I have a book with me. I'm still reading The Marriage of Opposites by Alice Hoffman. I'm hoping to finish that either today or tomorrow. Tomorrow, as you're watching this, is the 31st, and that's the last day of the month, and I'm hoping to have that as my last print book that I've read. And then I finished listening to Last Night at the Telegraph Club. Amazing, 4 stars for that. It's a young adult book set in San Francisco in the mid-1950s. It's about a queer Chinese girl, like teenager, just figuring out who she is, and is really, really smart, wants to be, I think, like a rocket scientist or like work with rockets in space. So very interesting. And I'll write this up in a review, don't worry about that, but just initial thoughts. I love how at the end of the book they give some historical context. So the author writes about how she was inspired by different stories, or like 2 different books, one about like space, like youth learning about space, and then another about the queer community at that time period, and how she was saying there weren't, at that time, she couldn't find a lot of people of color that identified as queer or within the LGBTQIA plus community, so that she thought was very interesting to combine like this idea of, well, what women, queer women of color, and queer women of color who are interested in the sciences. So fascinating, love that historical context. And I was just getting, I don't know, I was getting excited about learning that history, since it's not something I'm familiar with, but I was like craving and wanting to know more. So the 2 resources she gave at the end of the book, I want to look into at some point. And then I just started One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, also on audiobook. This I've seen so much hype about. It's been on my queue, or like waiting on my queue, or I put it on reserve through Libby for like months, and it wasn't available because I think it's on Peacock, the TV show adaptation or something. So that I am finally getting to. It's funny, One of Us is Next is the sequel, and that one came first in my queue, and I'm like, I can't read that or listen to that before I've read the first one. So yeah, it's interesting so far. I'm about, let's see, hour and a half in, and it's and I have 9.5 hours left. So I say I am listening to this at 1.85 speed, and it's not too bad. I can probably up it to 2, but this is another book I'm hoping to finish before the end of the month to bring me up to 11 books for January. So I'll have a January wrap up probably next week, I think. Yeah, so the order of how my videos will go, this will be on the 31st, if you're watching it, yay, on the day it comes out. And then next Monday will be my January wrap up. The following Monday, I think that's Valentine's Day, and that should be my reading vlog for like romance reads. Yep. And then after that, I don't know. Oh, no, it can't be I'll be having my blog retreat, but I won't have that video up because I have off that Monday, and I'll still be doing stuff then. So yeah, that's the plan as of right now. I don't have my content calendar on me to tell you what the different videos I have up, but those I know are the next 2 after this one. So yeah, I'm going to, let's see, did I tell you everything I needed to in this update? Gonna eat my breakfast, head up Prologue Bookshop and see what they're all about at 11, which now I'm down to just 25 minutes, woohoo! And then Paper Source, which is a stationery store I'm obsessed with. I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of like Valentine's Day themed goods and like stationery, which I'm not looking for at all. I just want like everyday kind of stuff. But I haven't been to like a good stationery store in a very long time. Besides, like, I don't consider really Office Depot and like Office Max and Staples as stationery, because they offer other stuff having to do with working in office and like supplies. This is like strictly fun, cute stationery, which I'm excited about. So yes, we'll see what I can find in there. And then I'll head back home, which will be another hour and a half drive, listen to more of One of Us is Lying, do my unboxing, and then wrap up the video before the Bengals game on at 3. So by the time you're watching this, you already know the fate of the Bengals, but I will say I am a bandwagon fan. I live in Cincinnati. It's a Cincinnati team. There's a lot of hubbub and everything. I finished, oh, it's on the ground. This was filled with a Bengals themed drink. They had Bengals themed drinks at Big B Coffee, which I don't really shop there at all or go there. I think I've only been there once, but this was like a Show Your Stripes cold brew with, it was like red red velvet and chocolate, I think, flavored cold brew. So it was really good. I had gotten it yesterday, drank some of it, and then drank the rest on my drive. So yeah, it's just cool to see the city come alive and like the camaraderie of this team. I don't own anything Bengals related. I think I'm going to wait until after the whole season is done and then buy Bengals gear, because I don't know, I'm invested, but I don't know much about the team, to be honest. I know like 2 of the big players that they always talk about, and that's about it. So I don't know, there's a lot of excitement with the game. We have a digital antenna that we are able to watch football more, or like things that are happening live on regular cable, I guess, because we don't have a cable plan. So the digital antenna has been nice to watch things like that. And I don't know, I'm able to blog during it, and I'll be planning my London trip during it too today. So that's the plan there. And then maybe I'll take a bath. I don't know. I feel like I've been talking about taking a bath forever, ever since I've gotten like these bath bombs and like this bath caddy tray thing that goes over the tub, so I can like drink wine and watch something or read. I'm just really nervous to have paper books there in the tub, but I have my Kindle. I just gotta find a book on there that I want to read. So yes, I will stop talking and pause the video for now. Next time you'll see is, I think, me going into Prologue and then giving a little tour there, potentially a haul after that. I don't know. If I know, whenever I go to a bookstore, I have to buy something, whether it's a book or like a t-shirt. I don't know at this point what it's going to be, but I do have cash on me. That's like, this is all I can spend at both stores to keep me in check. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I will talk to you later. I am back from my trip, just got back in and wanted to do this because I'm very excited to open my Valentine's box from the Book Loft. But first, the other places I went to. So you saw the Paper Source, which is a fantastic stationery store. You got some footage in there. It was more geared, at least now, this time of year, towards Valentine's Day, but I found some really cool stamps. The paper selection was superb. I was almost tempted to buy this turquoise or aquamarine, I think is the color that they described it, envelopes and letters and like cards and everything, since that's like in my brand and all of that. But I want to think a little bit more about like how I'll utilize all the different colors that I'm thinking for my new logo, or my logo and brand update, with what I want to do with different things like that, like stationery, or have customized things, maybe giveaways. I don't know yet, so I wanted to think more about that. But I did walk away with something. So as you know, I've been kind of using my own journal for a reading journal this year. I will pop that video up above if you haven't seen me create it, and it's been working so well for me as of right now, but I thought I'd add a little flair to it. So I got this stamp, and it's just like a to-do list, checklist kind of stamp. There's just the back of it for context of how it'll work, but I thought this would be cool inside of my TBR, like spreads for each month. So right now it's a blank page right now. There's no lines or anything in the journal that I'm using, but this could be fun just to, how many lines are there? Eight lines. So maybe I do this twice or 1.5 times for my TBR, and then my goals. I think that it's on the same spread. My TBR is on the left side and my goals is on the right side. So that could be kind of fun. So yeah, I don't know, I think it'd be kind of nice and different to add something, a little flair to my reading journal. They had different color ink pads, and I thought about getting turquoise or aquamarine for that too, but I decided against it because, again, I want to think more about that, and it would look kind of weird if that's the only thing in my journal that has color to like the structure of the pages. Everything else is in black, and then I'm adding color here or there for like color coding for my genres and like things like that. So I was like, meh, maybe I'll just stick with black. So that was my purchase there. And then before that, I had headed to Prologue Bookshop, which I was talking to the bookseller. It was like really fun. I was the only person in the store since I got there at opening, and he was really nice. He had a former Independent Bookstore Day shirt on, so I was asking him about that. I asked him about how long they've been open, since about 2018. So I'm a little late to the game, but they're still relatively new, I guess. But I walked away with this bag of a couple of things. So the first thing is a book, of course. It's, oh, I got a bookmark too, I didn't realize that. Oh, fun. So this is The Every by Dave Eggers. So this is the sequel to The Circle, which I have read and had a little bit of issue with kind of like the ending, not because of his writing, but I was like so frustrated with how it ended. And I'd asked the bookseller if I needed like strong memory of what happened in The Circle since this is the sequel, but he said like, yeah, like it could be its own standalone with like some accents or like pieces from the first one, but not necessarily having to remember everything that happened in the first book. So that gave me like some courage, confidence to continue with that. Oh my god, what else did he throw in here? Aw, that was sweet. Okay. Sorry, he threw in a sticker too. How fun. I'm probably gonna add that to my book cart, so yay. So anyway, yeah, and this is pretty cool because this is an independent bookstore exclusive edition. So what happened was Dave Eggers and I guess his like agent or their publisher partners, they worked solely with independent bookstores to get this out before the rest of the world or like Amazon or any other like chain store could get it. And each of the books have like 4 different colors you can choose from. So I chose this one. There was a green cover, and like the text and the design was different colors. The spines were different colors. So I thought that was kind of fun to make it unique and like almost individualized per person, depending on like what your favorite colors are and everything. But I really like this style. And I just love how it was very like independent bookstore focused. So I thought that was, I don't know, a good way to show my support for indie bookstores at an indie bookstore and then for an author that champions them as well. I also got a t-shirt, and I was talking to the bookseller about this as well, since the person that did this design also there's like 4 different types of bookmarks that they're giving away, and it's like a local artist. So they did this, and then they also designed this t-shirt, which I thought was pretty cool. The other t-shirt had the Prologue bookstore logo on it, which I thought was okay. I like minimalist, but this I loved because it's supporting a local artist, and it was just so different. That's the design, and it's pretty cool because it has like elements of like Columbus and everything that's nearby. It gives kind of, I don't know, a good feel of the community. So I really like that. I should check the sizes. This is a medium. Oops, I should have gotten a small. That's okay. It'll be fine. So might be something I wear on like a fun bookish occasion, or just in general because I love a good bookish t-shirt. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. So that was my haul from Prologue, and I also love this bag too. So it says Raising Passionate Readers. The Prologue is the name of the store, and on the back it says Eat, Sleep, Read. So I might hang on to this because it's just a fun bag. Maybe I can get something like this in like a canvas too. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, now on to the main event. Here is the Valentine's box from the Book Loft. So just to recap, they do, I don't know if they've done this in the past. I think they might have, but there's 4 books in here, and I think a canvas like pencil pouch, and I think a sticker sheet. So the 4 books, 2 of them were from like a list of blurbs, like what you think of with Blind Date with a book. You really don't know too much about the book. There's ambiguous statements, and most people aren't able to guess what the book is just by those statements. So there's a list of 10 or 12 of those, and you pick 2 of what sound interesting. So those books are in here, as well as 2 books of things that I was interested in based off genres, interests, things that, or authors that I enjoy. and I mentioned I liked Kate Baer, like poetry like hers. I was looking for some nonfiction graphic novels, and then anything that's like Frederick Bachman's work, because I'm obsessed with him. Just finished Anxious People. Amazing. That's going to go on my forever read shelf once I do my wrap up for January, since I read it this month. So we're gonna dig into this, unbox together, and see what we got. Ooh, okay, good. I was worried that it would be like boom, like as soon as you open it, but it has some wrapping with it. So let's see. I kind of want to wrap things. I hope everything's like wrapped individually, but I don't know. They are. Good, good, good. Ah! Oh gosh, I don't even want to look. There's some things that, okay. I don't want to see everything at once. So here is the kind of wrapped package. I gotta be careful because I gotta take pictures of this too, so I don't want to like undo everything incorrectly. All right. Ooh. Oh, one of these I do have already. Ah! Okay, that's okay. All right, so first off we have The Book of X by Sarah Rose Etter. So I feel like I've seen this cover for some reason. Let's read the back. Is there back? Okay. So the top like teaser blurb is a surreal exploration of one woman's life and death against a landscape of meat, office desks, and bad men. The Book of X tells the tale of Cassie, a girl born with her stomach twisted in the shape of a knot. From childhood with her parents on the family meat farm to a desk job in the city to finally experiencing love, she grapples with her body, men, and society, all the while imagining a softer world than the one she is in. Twining the drama of the everyday, school-age crushes, paying bills, the sickness of parents, with the surreal, rivers of thighs, men for sale, and fields of throats, Cassie's realities alternate to create a blurred, fantastic world of haunting beauty. Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Something different. I'm like wishing I put, maybe that's in here somewhere. I wish I remembered what I picked. I think it's on my order form, but I'll look at that after I've gone through this. And then the book I already own, which is fine. I think this is a smaller, it's like you can see it back there. This is the smaller version of it. You probably can't see. It's like right there. But it's Tender as the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. So this is a smaller edition, so maybe I'll hold on to this one. And the other one is also a paperback, but it's like larger. But then this font is smaller. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, but that's fine. I already have this, so I guess that's good for those folks who picked this out for me. So thank you, Book Law. All right. Then we have a really fun pencil pouch. Ooh, is there anything in here? Let's see. Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, so they have stickers in here. So these are the stickers. And do we have another? Oh my gosh, a coupon for 10% off. Yay, that's exciting. So we have like classic, the Book Loft logo, like a neon fun sign, and then all of the, so that one of these is on the box itself, but it's like Valentine's Day themed stickers, which is cool. Neat. How fun. Very cool. Okay, so first off, this must be the one that I said was based off of like poetry. A History of My Brief Bod. I couldn't figure it out, like the way that the typography was going, by Billy Ray Belcourt. It doesn't really say much. Let's see. The only blurb it has, it says, the youngest ever winner of the Griffin Prize mines his personal history in a brilliant new essay collection, my apologies, essays, seeking to reconcile the world he was born into the world that could be, with the world that it could be. Eye-opening, immensely emotional, and excessively quotable, A History of My Brief Body demonstrates over and over again the power of words to both devastate and console us. Interesting. I haven't read a book of essays in a while. I think the last one was Mary Laura Philpott's I Miss You When I Blink is the last book of essays that I've read. So yay, got another one to add. And finally, this must have to do with the graphic novel that I had asked for. So this is called Big Black Stand at ATTICA. Frank Big Black Smith. 4 days in 1971 changed the course of American history. This is the true story from the man at the center of it all. In the summer of 1971, New York's Attica State Prison is a symbol of everything broken in America. Abused prisoners, rampant racism, and a blind eye turned towards the injustices perpetrated, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, against the powerless. But when the guards at Attica overreact to a minor incident, the prisoners decide they've had enough and revolt, taking their jailers hostage and making demands for humane conditions. Frank Big Black Smith finds himself at the center of this uprising, struggling to protect hostages, prisoners, and negotiators alike. But when the only avenue for justice seems to be negotiating with ambitious Governor Nelson Rockefeller, Big Black soon discovers there may be no hope in finding a peaceful resolution for the prisoners in Attica. Written by, Frank Big Black Smith with Jared Rainmuth, and illustrated by Amazian. Big Black Stand at Attica is an unflinching look at the price of standing up to injustice in what remains one of the bloodiest civil rights confrontations in American history. Whoa! That is sounds like it's gonna be very intense, and also not sure how the depictions will be, or how, I know it's called graphic novel, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the images themselves have to be graphic, but I'm wondering if that is going to come up in this. I have a feeling it will. Interesting. Awesome. So that's good. These are ones that I not necessarily would have picked out for myself. I think that's another reason why I did this, is to kind of stretch myself in my reading. Like, that's one of my goals every year with my reading life, is to read things that are different genres, different identities than me, that just like teach me something different. I think both of these will definitely do that. And I Am Tender as the Night, also, well, I eventually read it, will, and then the Book of X. So I would say that's a pretty successful haul, and definitely something fun to do, like with a Valentine's Day blind date book box, whatever. And then, oh yeah, when I was at Prologue too, they had like individual books wrapped in like this kind of paper with the phrase written on it. So very similar, very popular to do around this time of year. Let me look up what I actually typed if I can find my phone. Okay. So this one was surreal fiction plus grief plus body horror. A haunting tale you'll never forget. Haunting? I didn't expect that. Okay. And then F. Scott Fitzgerald's was a tragic classic of trying to fall in love and trying to stay in love on the French Riviera. Now I can see that. And then I said nonfiction graphic novels, poetry. I'm a fan of Kate Baer and Ocean Vuong, books similar to Frederick Bachman. So I'd say successful. They delivered on everything that I had asked for, and we'll see when I eventually get to these, because I don't know. I feel like I need the ban pretty soon. Book buying ban. I did not have a gift card for these, but I think it's something different, so we're gonna go with that. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this fun little excursion up to Columbus for a few different things. Initially, this was just going to be a unboxing for the Valentine's Day box, but as I was up in Columbus, or like looking at other things to do while I was up there, I figured just make a whole half-day vlog about my day up there. So you got a little bit of that and more. So I gotta go and put some of these things away. Gotta get ready for the Bengals game and get something else to eat. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up or comment down below some books that you have gotten from like Blind Date with a Book, or like Valentine's books, boxes and things like that. And if you've checked out any of the stores that I had mentioned in this vlog, including the Book Loft in Columbus, Ohio, or I think their official name is the Book Loft of German Village, Prologue Bookshop, or Paper Source. So yes, thank you all so very, very much. Hope you're enjoying your year so far whenever you're watching this, and we are transitioning right into February. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great day and happy reading.